So I can't play the music for Cynthia's battle theme, so I thought I might as well just talk through how this battle went. For the first time, I've never done anything like this before, so I guess we'll just get started. She starts out with the Spiritomb, so I decided to send out Roselia, since Spiritomb's only weakness is Fairy, and Roserade knows Dazzling Gleam, so I thought that was the best counter. So yeah, use the first Dazzling Gleam. It does do a decent amount of damage, and Spiritomb goes for the Psychic, but before the battle I did swap out the Miracle Seed for the Payapa Berry just to reduce the damage from that Psychic that I thought she'd use. So yeah, it did end up being kind of useful. So yeah, I went for another Dazzling Gleam. But yeah, completely forgot that her Spiritomb does have a Citrus Berry, so all that damage I did, well, most of it was just regained anyway. So Roserade does go down to the next Psychic. So yeah, that's all I was really going to use Roserade for, just to counter the Spiritomb, but that didn't work out well. So my next plan was just use a Pokemon that could just deal a lot of damage quickly. That was going to be Garchomp. So I was going to go for the Dragon Claw, since Garchomp does have the Dragon Fang, but Cynthia just decided to swap out into Roserade since her one does no Dazzling Gleam like my one. But luckily Dragon Claw did do a decent amount of damage, and then it ended up just being taken down by this Earthquake. But yeah, it outsped, obviously, because our whole team is a higher level and perfect EVs and IVs, I think, I'm not sure. But yeah, I managed to take it out with this Earthquake, so there was one Pokemon down. So yeah, she decides to send out Milotic, which is going to be my first huge problem, since her Milotic does hold a Flame Orb and have Marvel Scale. So if you don't know, Flame Orb, well yeah, Flame Orb just burns your Pokemon, but the Marvel Scale means that if she does have a status condition, the defense of the Milotic will increase. Luckily though, I went into Luxray and Luxray knows Thunderbolt, so that increase in defense does basically nothing. Unfortunately, yeah, Milotic just has a high special defense in general, so Thunderbolt did barely any damage. And yeah, she outplayed me and sent out Gastrodon, so this was a whole waste of a Thunderbolt. So yeah, I tried to play smart this time, since her Gastrodon does no Earthquake, that's what I thought it would use, so I decided to switch into Staraptor, hoping that she could waste a turn, and yeah, Intimidate, which does basically nothing since Gastrodon's just meant to be a tank. Luckily, I did predict what she was going to do, so that Earthquake was a waste. It also knows Rock Tomb, so for the first time ever, I used U-turn and decided to go into Infernape, because Rock Tomb would do basically no damage. So yeah, send into Infernape, and yeah, predicted right, but Infernape dodged the Rock Tomb anyway, and it has leftovers, so it's just gonna heal a bit of health. So before I actually challenged Cynthia, I did get rid of Acrobatics to get Grass Knot, since I was hoping that Gastrodon would be a heavy Pokemon, and luckily Grass Knot did do a really good amount of damage. I don't know if I'll keep Grass Knot afterwards, so yeah, it goes for the Rock Tomb, and as I said before, doesn't do that much damage, but does get the speed drop, which probably won't be useful for Cynthia at all, since Infernape's just really fast anyway. So yeah, it goes down to the next Grass Knot. So yeah, there's two issues down, but her Roselia and her Gastrodon aren't really, well, they're probably not like the least threatening Pokemon. I'm sorry that it's so loud outside. I don't know if you can hear this in the video. So yeah, she's going to get back into Spiritomb, so I decided to go back into Garchomp. If you can see, or if you can't see, Garchomp is now 2 levels higher than it was before. I ended up using my, well, the only 2 rare candies I had on Garchomp, just because I was hoping those 2 extra levels might come in useful. So I go in for the Dragon Claw, but it doesn't really do as much damage as I hoped. It just survives, and Garchomp goes down to this Dark Pulse. So right now, she's taken down more. Nope, never mind. We're equal. We've basically taken down the same amount of Pokemon. So yeah, I just send out Infernape again to finish this Spiritomb off and take it down. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. I feel like I could have taken it down with Grass Knot as well, but why not use Flamethrower? So that's the Spiritomb gone. So yeah, she's going to send out Milotic again, so of course going to go back into Luxray, because yeah, I just completely forgot. What I was thinking was, because her defense is increased, and for some reason I thought Grass Knot was a physical move. I feel like if I did use Grass Knot, it would have done way more damage than Thunderbolt. I'm not sure though. So yeah, she goes for another Scald, and yeah, just another Thunderbolt. Nothing really interesting right now. The only good thing about that Flame Orb is that it is taking down a bit of health. So yeah, it just goes down to the next Scald. What I'm surprised about is that she hasn't used a full restore. Has she? I'm not sure, but I don't think she's used a full restore yet. So yeah, that little bit of burn damage is actually quite useful. So yeah, gonna send out Infernape again. I've been switching in and out of Infernape a lot. But yeah, just gonna use that Grass Knot to finish off the Milotic. Yeah, for some reason the game has been quite slow. I'm not sure why. So Milotic down. I think she only has one more Pokemon left. Nope, never mind. Lucario. So I thought Lucario had Earthquake. I'm not sure if it did. So I decided to send out Staraptor. Since it does no close combat, I also swapped out Staraptor's Sharp Beak for the Fist Plate, just to get that extra damage boost. So yeah, Intimidate wasn't useful. And Lucario just was starting to set up for Nasty Plot because she has got a special attack Lucario. I'm not sure why. But all of that just ended up being useless anyway, since Close Combat just managed to take it out in one go. Don't know if the Fist Plate helped or anything, but yeah, wasn't complaining. I'm not sure where that special defense and defense drop came from. I think it might be Nasty Plot. I don't know, but yeah, finally she's on her last Pokemon, Garchomp. And yeah, my only counter was Floatzel, which knew Ice Beam. I feel like I should have taught it Ice Fang, but I don't know. So yeah, Cynthia's last Pokemon, the one that probably nearly everyone's most afraid of. So of course, was just thinking just keep using Ice Beam. And this is where it got really scary. I did get a free move, but once it's set up with that one Sword Stance, it's just going to sweep completely. And of course it holds that berry, which lowers Ice type damage. So yeah, it didn't do that much at all. So at this point, I was thinking this Garchomp was going to take down Floatzel, because yeah, Earthquake 100 damage with the Sword Stance. And somehow, through the power of friendship, for once it came in when I really needed it. Floatzel managed to live the Earthquake, and it hit that Ice Beam, which managed to take it down. Not only did it take it down, it landed a crit because of friendship. I don't know if I would have won without the critical hit, or I don't know, but somehow I managed to beat Cynthia.